A.M.T.V, Another Man's Treasure Videos. We got a 19-roll quarter hunt coming up. I don't know when these videos are going to get released, but I just released a quarter hunt and a dime hunt and a nickel hunt and a penny hunt. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to film them, put them out. I got 2 videos in front of this, 2 hunts in front of this. I have to edit. It gets all confusing in the phone. All this different stuff happens, and it completely messes up my plans, but whatever. I'm going to hunt these 19 rolls. I'll get it up when I get it up. I'll get it edited when I get it edited. Or not. Let's go do that. Alright guys, first roll was a customer wrapped roll. I was checking this Bessie Coleman out. I meant to finish doing that before I finished doing this, but first roll was pretty active. Got a 2014 Great Smoky Mountain Bicentennial. A really nice Delaware, which I pulled because I usually don't find them in this good a condition. I was hoping it was going to be a spitting horse, but it wasn't. But I did find a hell of a spitting horse right after that. Not going to be able to see it here. I'm not going to try. I'm in a hurry. I'll show you guys this spitting horse on the scope when I'm done with the hunt. Yeah, we got a Denali. Yeah, that was a great spitting horse, though. It's coming all the way out of the back of the head. And like I said, I'll show you when I'm done here. Alright guys, so I just mentioned I was looking at that Bessie Coleman. That's why I kicked the scope on, because I really wanted to look at this. I was going to save all this stuff to the end of the video, but this is the first time I've ever played with this and looking for this particular thing. But I think I found some double initials here. That FC is looking doubled. There's even a little piece right here that looks a little suspect. Shout out to Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles, who's got me looking for this now. I think I just found one. It's looking pretty damn doubled to me. I'm gonna have to look at it some more later with the loop though. I want to get through these rolls, but if you guys can find one of these on a Bessie Coleman, apparently they're selling for pretty good money. I wouldn't know yet because I have not looked. Let's get back to it. Alright guys, got a few more rolls out of the way. Picked up probably the best spitting horse I've ever seen. You can kind of see it right now. I'll show you that later. This one goes all the way to the edge of the coin and out the back of the horse's head. We got 2 bicentennials in decent shape, which I always keep those. This one's really shiny. We have a small crown die chip. You can kind of see that. I'll show it later under the scope. And the sand dunes in good condition. We're going to keep on going here, get through these rolls. Got to get them rolled up to trade. Alright, a few more rolls down, a few more finds. Puerto Rico 09 low mint, not in great condition. Great basin, Chickasaw. Let's go. Alright, a couple more rolls down. We got 3 more bicentennials. We have 2 more 09s. A DC. Virgin Islands. We have another Drooling George. And we have a different kind of crown dyed chip. I'll show you this on the scope, but it's not really on the top of his head. It's coming off the back of his head. So we'll check that out at the end with the scope. Back at it. Alright, we're here on roll 4,268,412. And we have a Guam Ender. Let's see what else is in there. Unless one of you wants to buy this for like $100, let me know. Alright, we got 5 rolls left here. I'm going to stop to show you guys some more of these finds. We got 2 more bicentennials, and this one, actually both of them are, most every one that I have found have been in really good condition. And this one in particular was super thick. So It needs to be looked over well because it also looks lopsided, but I'll check that out another time. I pulled this George Rogers Clark because it's in really good condition. Possible future album. We have another Julian George. I'll show you that later, maybe under the scope. 09 Guam, which was the ender on a roll. We got a great basin. And this one might turn out to be the find of the hunt so far. We got an 83 here in a really good condition, guys. I did not make mint sets for 82 and 83. So if you can find these in good condition, they can sell for a premium. This one also appears to have some strike-through action going on that I need to look at closer. Right there under the right side of his wing, if you see that bubble in there, looks like it might be some strike-through going on. And the front of this thing is questionable as well, but in the motto, "In God We Trust," I don't know if that's grease strike or what that is, but probably one of the better conditioned ones I've ever found for an 83. So I pulled that aside to keep it. We'll have a better look at that and talk about that again in the wrap up. Gonna get back on these 5 rolls, see if we can pull that W or that silver out of there. It's probably at 32D. All right, guys, this is days later. I had all the finds from this particular quarter hunt just kind of stacked up here with all kinds of stuff going on on top of it. So I haven't been able to get to this and film this wrap up. It's just been sitting here all over the place, much like all those things back there that I got to get to. And it just takes forever, guys. If you do this, you know you got loops and scopes and crap and stuff all over the place, and you got to look at each individual coin very carefully. And you know, we got a lot of errors here from this hunt. This hunt was mainly a lot of error coins. And I wanted to show this real quick. What ends up happening with those for me is they're going in here, right? And these are bagged and tagged. When I say bagged and tagged, this is what I mean. And a lot of this stuff, now this is not all of the error coins that I have, and this thing is heavy. There's a lot of coins in here. This is not all that I have, right? There's things like your spitting horse, which I found 2 of that I keep finding, that have their own kind of little separate place that they go, along with a whole bunch of different kind of quarter errors. If you know quarters, you know there's a lot of well-known different errors that you can find and hunt for. I am best versed with quarters. That's what I kind of started out with learning in numismatics. And so that's what I have the most of naturally. A lot of this stuff is stuff that I just don't know what it is, or it's very odd, or you know, it just needs more research, or it's heavy doubling, and I need to figure out if it's machine doubling or double die or what. This is a research jar. So, and there's also some other stuff mixed in. I'll probably get into this one day and show you guys some of this stuff in here, but everything's bagged and tagged, and it's all in here for a reason. And there's some crazy stuff in here that I found. There's probably some high dollar stuff in there that I just don't know how to properly identify. But I just wanted to mention that because a lot of these are going in there. All of these are error coins. All of these are error coins. Here, this might even have an error on it. But I'm going to show you guys this stuff under the scope. We've got a stack of low mint coins that we pulled out of this hunt. I showed you a lot of them. I'm not going to break them out one by one. I've already showed them to you. We've got a stack of bicentennials here, which I'm starting to get more and more of. And I know there's specific errors on those that you can look for. And I also hold on to them because, you know, I don't know if anybody would be interested in ever buying those. I've heard of people buying them here and there. So I wanted to touch on that too. A lot of people just throw these back. I don't. I've always held them, and I think they're cool anyway. So for now, I hold them, and that's that. I've got this little stack of kind of really good condition coins. We got some of them aren't great, right? And again, I need to go through these. I have a lot. I need to go through them and kind of cull what I have. That's, guys, this is a mission. If anybody that does this, you know what this is like. And it's funny because I'm always joking with people like Dirty over at Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles about his little stacks of checkers, and he's got coins all over the place. I mean, there's coins up there, there's coins everywhere. There's some right there. There's some up there. What am I going to do with that? What is that? What's that little stack of coins there for? I don't know. I got to figure it out. I know what it's for, but I'm not ready for that yet. You guys, that's coming in a future video. Anyway, this is what I got. So we got the low mints, the bicentennials, a few nice, really nice coins. We did pull this. Oh, I need another hand. I pulled this 83. Now it's kind of banged up on the front, but for an 83, this for me is one of the best ones I've ever found. And I used to keep all of these, right? When I first started doing this and started learning, I used to keep all my 82s. I used to keep all my 83 quarters. And they just went into rolls until I realized I don't need all of these. So I did pull this one. It's got some stuff going on in the rim here. Maybe a possible grease strike or something. I don't know. It's probably just old and damaged, but it had a really nice rim. So I pulled it. If you can find these in good condition, they can sell for a premium. So keep them. And I believe I already showed this on the scope, but on these Bessie Colemans, I got this one out just to show you an example. I think I showed this already. It's been a while. But right here on the initials down here by my thumb on the right, you're going to look for some doubling there on the FG or FC, whatever that is. I'm not too familiar. I just started looking for this, and I did find one right here. So whatever that is on there. I did find one that's in there, so it's definite doubling. And like I said, I think I showed it. This whole stack right here is Drooling George right here. And if you don't know what Drooling George is, I'm going to show you under the scope in just a minute. This is the most extreme example. So we've got, what, 5 of those. This is going to be a crossing of Delaware. This is a crown die chip that I pulled. You can barely see it there, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to show you another one here in just a second. That's right here. Ooh, my dog is tearing something up upstairs. So I'm going to show you this, which is a little bit different for a crown die chip. That's why I pulled it aside. So let me get this scope set up, and I'll come right back and show you guys some of the stuff. These, by the way, these 2 spitting horses, I was going to mention this too. You can go months and months and not even find one that even is close. There's different variations, and then you can do one hunt and pull 2 really good examples out of one hunt. So this is why we do it, guys. I didn't find any W's. I didn't find any silver, no proofs, nothing crazy. But you know, we got a lot of error coins and a lot of stuff to play with. So let me set the scope up real quick and show you guys some more stuff on these coins. All right, so by set the scope up, I meant move all this crap out of my way so I can function here. Let's get a little bit more light, a little bit more light, a little bit more light. I don't know what looks best. Let's see. Probably better if I just keep it off. We'll just keep it off. Okay, so I pulled this A.M.T.V because of this going on, which is either one of 2 things. It's either a strike through or a grease strike. A strike through would be kind of the design of the coin from the other side coming through to this side. I don't understand fully what that is. I need to do some research on that. And a grease strike would be, as the hammer die is hitting the anvil die, I think that's what they're called. Your grease builds up on the die, and when it punches down, it's all liquidy and liquefied, so it's gonna make this kind of mark on here. So I pulled that. That's gonna get bagged and tagged for future research. It might be something, it might not. I pulled this. Let's see here. I pulled this George. I can't ever say this. George Rogers Clark, because of that little die chip right there. Oh, I'm losing my scope. Might have to restart this. Yep, there it goes. I'll be right back. All right, let's try this again. Got the scope charged up. It's hours later. I believe this is where I was. This is on a, what is this, a 2017 This is the George Rogers Clark quarter. And quite often I see this die chip here on top of this rifle. Now, this is not something I've ever seen anybody talk about. But to me, in my personal experience, it's kind of up there with the spitting horse or the drooling George or anything like that. And I've never looked it up to see, you know, I'm sure somebody else has probably documented this somewhere, but I've always kind of hid this away for myself and didn't really mention it much. I found quite a few. I have found some with just a cud chip, not a cud chip, but a die chip along the whole top of this thing. That are really crazy examples, but pulled another one and I wanted to share that with you guys. So that is that. And the next one here, scoot this up a little bit here. Technical difficulties. The next one I'm going to show you is I guess the most extreme example of the drooling George that I found in this hunt. This isn't the most extreme one I've ever found, but just for this hunt, if you see right here, there's a little die chip there. And it's actually, from my experience so far, quite common. But I do pull those. And then here, we have the spitting horse. Now you can see this die crack runs all the way down to the edge of the coin. Sorry. The whole thing is the spitting horse. Most of the ones I find stop at about here. This one goes all the way down through and out the back of the horse's head. Let me try to... I don't know if you can quite see it. Camera's not picking it up, but it does come out the back of the head. That might even be it. I don't think that's it though. It comes more out this way. Camera's not picking it up. I have another one. There was a second one. Not as good. Oh, you know what? That is it on the first one. That part I was pointing to, that is part of the die crack right here. And all the way out the horse's mouth. One more look at that. It's a common error. Well-known error coin. And there were two in this hunt that are about the same. The first one's a little better. And then I pulled let you look at it for a second. Usually where there's a crown die chip there, here and across his whole head, well, this has this hook die chip there. So I pulled that one, and it's probably the most extreme one that I found in this hunt. So that was it. That was the whole 847,000 roll hunt. You see the finds there. You see the error coins there. This stuff has to get bagged and tagged. But first I got to edit this video so I can get it off my phone and get it onto YouTube. If you like the content, hit the thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. A.M.T.V out.